Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for hanging with me on this Thursday. And if you went out of your way to like, comment, or subscribe, thank you. All right, so every lake is going to have a sweet spot. It doesn't matter if you are fishing way up a creek somewhere or you are in a pond that's attached to a golf course. There is going to be one dominant place the fish on your body of water like to live. So it's very important to figure that out first. So if you are fishing in that golf course pond, for instance, and there is a pipe there and you don't have really any other major features, the pipe is where a lot of the fish are going to be moving in and out of. And that's the same thing on lakes and rivers to a much bigger scale. If you look at my thumbnail, that is a picture of Lake Guntersville. That is a very famous area called the Miracle Mile, where it is just a big, long area that bass live all year. And tournaments are dominated there all year, to a point where there's almost too much fishing pressure, but that's a whole different story. The point of this video is to make sure you are in the right places before you pick up a rod and reel and spend the entirety of your day looking for bass and fishing. So it's very important to note that these type places do change, but there are some lakes where you should always be focused on certain parts. So I'm going to go through a couple different lakes that I've been to where I think it's very important to understand what is happening and where the fish are setting up. So when I think of the Tennessee River, it's dominated by the main lake, but you have to take into the fact that a lot of people know that and a lot of fishing pressure is out there. So other opportunities are always available. Now, lakes that don't get as much fishing pressure, it's going to be a different deal when it comes to, is it blueback herring on your lake? Do you have gizzard shad? Do you have threadfin shad? Are the fish more focused on current? So these little things are different on every body of water, and it's very important to note, because if you have a lake that has very dirty water, very little visibility rather, you don't see down into the water a whole lot, that is going to make the fish live shallow. Now, you may have water that is tannic colored, it's tea stained, a lighter tea stained color, but there's good visibility, 3 or 4 feet. The fish could really live out offshore. Now, if there's no current, brush piles are going to be the dominant factor. So I'm just throwing a bunch of these different situations at you because every place I go, it's a little bit different, but it's important to look in those areas when you get to those lakes. And back to what I was talking about, way up a stream, they're going to be in those eddy pockets, they're going to be in those bends of the river. So it's just super important before you pick up a rod and reel and tie on a chatterbait or a topwater or a frog or whatever it's going to be that you throw, you must go to where the fish live. And I know that is thrown out there quite a bit, but it's very important because fish don't move around a whole lot in any certain direction. Now, yeah, they're always on the move, but they're not swimming miles and miles. They're going to stay in general areas, and when you look for spawning habitat, the food, and whatever it is that they need in the summertime to keep them comfortable, you are going to find the fish. So very important to look for those things when you get to the lake. Rig up your favorite baits and go after them, but do not set yourself behind by looking in the wrong areas before you get to the lake. So every lake has a deal. Very important to figure that deal out first and then expand on it. Try that, guys. Good luck to you, and I'll see you on the water.